Hey wow, everything seems to be fine at Tesla again. Tesla is at least 4 to 5 years ahead of the competition, according to a German auto industry expert. Then Tesla destroys a German critic's electric car prejudice after test driving a Model 3.
And then even Bob Lutz, longtime Tesla critic, suddenly comes forth and states that improved Tesla panel gaps are now world-class. Wait, wasn't the media extremely negative on Tesla for half a year? Until only a few weeks ago, Tesla's biggest shark, Jim Chanos, is betting on a Tesla stock rise in the latest SEC filing. Oh! This piece of news and more on this week's episode of Electric Car News.
Now this is very interesting. You might remember our video here, which we released on the 31st of May, more than 3 weeks ago. In this video, which you can watch right here, we explain exactly how big hedge funds, in league with the media, influence the market by letting their buddies from CNBC and Co. print anti-Tesla FUD hit pieces to drive down the stock price.
The hedge funds opened huge short positions back in December 2018. When the Tesla stock was trading at around $380. Then afterwards, we could only read negative news articles on Tesla. How bad it is, how it will go bankrupt, how it didn't sell enough cars in Q1 2019, how demand for the Model 3 is low, etc. In this video, we also foretold that the stock would rebound and start to climb again. We also explained how the big hedge funds would now open giant long positions and call their buddies from the news media to start printing positive news articles again.
Et voila, a few weeks later, this is exactly what happened. The stock impressively rebounded from the low at $177, which was on the 3rd of June, only 3 days after we released our video. And now suddenly the media seems to go soft on Tesla and suddenly come forth with all these friendly news articles and with all these positive news.
Exactly as we explained in our video, the Tesla stock is rising sharply now and keeps rising, trading at well over $200 at the time of this video now. And for those who thought that we were making up wild conspiracy theories, here's a funny article which proves us 100% right. Jim Chanos, the Tesla hater himself, the giant Tesla short seller in person, is now secretly long on Tesla. It was recently found in the SEC filings of Kinnikos Associates LP, that is Jim Chanos' cool hedge fund, that they've opened strong long positions on Tesla, worth almost $500,000. And suddenly everyone is surprised. Huh? Wasn't Jim Chanos only recently stating that Tesla is worth zero? Wasn't he the most prominent Tesla shorter? What happened now?
Well, we can tell you what happened. Market manipulation happened. Chanos probably closed his short positions, which he opened back in December 2018, and opened large long positions. And now he wants the stock price to go up, of course, so he lets his buddies at the news media side suddenly print positive articles on Tesla. Which is indeed exactly what's happening as we foretold on the 31st of May.
Well. And where is the damn SEC in all this? Sleeping or just not caring? Apparently. We will continue keeping a close eye on this situation. At least we can now expect some more positive news on Tesla within the coming months, until the stock is trading very high again.
In other news, a leaked email went around in which Elon Musk hinted that Q2 2019 could be Tesla's strongest quarter ever, selling more vehicles than in any quarter before. In China, we even have volunteers helping Tesla to deliver as many Model 3s to customers as possible. It will be interesting indeed to see if Tesla can really deliver 90 to 100,000 vehicles in this quarter. If yes, this will have of course a very positive effect on the Tesla stock, much to Jim Chanos' delight.
Apart from that, now we can finally play video games with nice graphics on that large Model 3 touchscreen. Cool! But we unfortunately not, because that update has not come to Europe yet. But the graphics certainly look much better than the ones of the old Atari games, and it looks like a fun game to play. well as the supercharger.
And soon coming up in the next update for your Tesla, Dark Souls 3. Now you can finally play your favorite ultra difficult game while waiting at the supercharger. This time I will not die! Not this time! Take this! Take this! What? No, 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 no!
In other quite funny news, the Model 3 is just completely crushing the competition in US sales.
But we are now talking about electric car competition. No, we are talking about all competition, including gasoline and diesel cars. The Model 3 sales are accelerating more and more, and luxury brand competitors such as Audi, BMW, and Mercedes sell much less of their Model 3 size cars in the US. It's not even close anymore. Actually, the gap is widening and widening. Who is laughing now? Dear legacy car makers?
In other very good news, the US's renewable energy capacity overtakes coal for the first time ever. According to a report by the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, the addition of new solar, wind and hydro capacity in the first few months of this year pushed renewable energy's share of totally installed capacity to 21.56%. Coal's share, meanwhile, has dropped down to 21.55%, down from 23.04% 1 year earlier. But Trump said coal is good. What's going on? Well, these are the signs of changing times, where clinging to coal is not only dangerous for the climate and thus for humanity, but also outdated.
While you might think that these figures are not so impressive, additional findings from the FERC suggest that the gap is likely to widen in the coming months and years. The report notes that the US has been adding, on average, 1 percentage point to its renewable energy capacity every year, and predicts that by 2024, renewables will account for about a quarter of America's total available installed generating capacity. Meanwhile, the nation's appetite for coal continues to decline, with consumption dropping by 39% from its peak in 2008 to its lowest level in 40 years. These are good news indeed.
And we now also see the first picture of the final production interior design of the Byton M-byte. Well, no surprises there, because we already explained in our video about the Byton M-byte, which you can watch right here, that the final production design will indeed feature this gigantic 48-inch ultra-wide OLED screen as seen in the concept car version. On top you will also have a touchscreen integrated into the steering wheel, and as if that wasn't enough, another one in the center console. Now that's a lot of screen real estate, but if you ask us, you can never have enough screens. Well, anyways, we'll keep you updated on any news from Byton, especially the revelation of the final exterior production design, which should take place in the next coming months.
So what do you think about that the news media suddenly turned positive on Tesla? Are we making up stuff?
Are we maybe even conspiracy theorists? Oh.
And did we forget any interesting news? Let us know in the comment section.
So be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that you don't miss any interesting news on electric cars. And we would be very glad if you would share this video with your friends and your cousin of 3rd degree.
See you soon then.
Yeah, see you soon.
Bye.